my family was like, you're going to be a rapper. So I had to teach.
So you weren't accepted by your family, and you're not accepted by the culture you're trying to be in.
But I feel like that's my job. It's like I'm bridging this gap, and I'm showing that I can be authentic in my own culture, and also grow this shit to people that maybe wouldn't necessarily listen to it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's my place in it, and anybody who would ever come at me on some appropriation shit, I'm just like, yo, honestly, I never came out here appropriating it or saying anything, crazy. Like, I rap as a Mexican. I'm bilingual. I speak Spanish. I represent my shit. And at the same time, we're in the same battle against Trump, against the right. You know what I'm saying?
We all
against
want the same
things.
thing. Yeah.
So I think just in the grander scheme of things, we're all kind of trying to do the same thing. I do think there's ignorant people on both sides that sometimes kind of overly analyze and overly speak on shit. But at the same time, that's just the world that we fucking live in. But what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to, like, vibe high and fucking have good energy and fucking spread love and be talented and be dope and show kids that, you could do this shit, or you could not necessarily, if you're poor or you can't go to college, like, you could still have a future and build a business and, employ your friends and your family and fucking tour the country. That's it. Amen. That's my shit. I don't know.
Okay.
Who am I to talk? I'm just a not dark enough Mexican.
True. And being Puerto Rican is like a step below that. Like, at least if you're Mexican, you're closer to being black in the eyes of people who are fighting this fight.
I mean, my girl's Puerto Rican. Look at her.
So,
she's like, bitch, leave me alone.
So, Dreezy, I'm wondering what your like.
I don't know, like, what specifically your question.
Yeah, I guess it's just like, I'm just frustrated. I don't even have like a specific question. It's just like, how can I move so that...
Are you white?
Yeah, and you know what? And that's another problem, is that I'm Italian and Puerto Rican, raised by Colombians. So I don't really feel comfortable, and this is my own issue that I have to figure out. But like, I don't feel comfortable saying I'm Puerto Rican because my dad's a bum I never met. Like, shout out to my pops, but I don't fuck with him. I don't know any of my Puerto Rican family. I was raised by Colombians, so I feel Colombian because I know Colombian culture. My family has a farm in Colombia. Like, that's what I was raised on. We have the Colombian Christmas thing. Like, we celebrate the Colombian way. But I don't look Colombian, and I don't have Colombian in my blood. So I also never really was sure, like, should I say I'm Colombian? You know what I mean? So, like, I have my own identity. Like, I'm like trying to figure that out. I got adopted when I was 9. So I never felt white because I felt like I was either Colombian or Puerto Rican and Italian. But, I don't know. I just feel like I'm starting to learn as a businesswoman to respond only to positivity. So when I saw those comments today about my initial reaction was like, is it okay with you if I use edge control? Like, that's what the fuck I use on my hair.
Nah,
you know my mom raised me with shit. Like, well, I don't know what to tell you,
I think it's always going to be a sensitive subject, and it's always more sensitive towards, I feel like, black people, because we were,
of course,
the person who went through, the people who went through all of these things. So I feel like we accept a lot of shit from a lot of people. It's like, look at Eminem, look at, being with Obama, look at, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that we accept, but I feel like we feel entitlement for you to pay homage to the culture first. You know what I'm saying? Like, pay homage to the culture, show us that you genuinely respect it and admire it, and then it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like some people, it just seems like it just comes out the blue. Like, you've never done nothing for black people. You've never done anything for the culture or respected the culture or fought for the culture, but they're just like, what's the word? They just love our culture though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just always want to do stuff, but you automatically fall under the whole white race because it's like, the history happened already. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you just got to pay homage to the culture first, I feel like. And then I feel like people accept you. I don't think you can't use edge control. It's just like when it come out the blue, I don't know, it's just different. And like you say, I do have a problem with people profiting off of it because it's like pay our people that help invent some of this stuff, and we are young creators, and we don't get a lot of credit for the things that we do and the styles that we come up with, and people take it and run, and that's just the industry that we in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a lot of the media also.
Yeah, the media too. I just for Halloween I was Pocahontas, bro.
Oh my gosh.
You would think I went and shot all the Native Americans in the world. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, bro, I'm
It's crazy
Pocahontas
right now.
Like I grew up knowing her as being a Disney princess, and I really thought she was beautiful. Sometimes when I wear my long hair, I feel like Pocahontas. Like that's just something that you say. Like if you get long hair and you think you're Rapunzel, you know what I'm saying? Like they literally went at my head, and that's something that I don't understand. Like I'm trying to understand that, but I don't necessarily know what they've been through. Even when they tried to explain it to me, it was like, we have the highest rape culture, which I feel like rape is not a culture. I feel like rape is like a worldwide problem.
It is a worldwide
You know
problem.
what I'm saying? With women, period. You know what I'm saying? But they feel like that's specifically there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like, no, to be honest, like, with that, it's the same thing, kind of like where sometimes, for example, we grow up buying hip hop and listening to hip hop, and it's in the culture, and you know what I'm saying? Like I have the utmost respect for it. So when I become a rapper, because I listen to it and I'm like, wow, it would be so cool if I could be a rapper too. You know, like that would be dope. Then you know, and then I rap, and then somebody's like, "Oh, you doing this?" I'll be like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" So it's the same feeling. It's like, you know, you grew up and you wanted to be like, you know, Pocahontas, but then it's like to them, which I understand because believe me, my girl wanted to be Pocahontas, and I was like, "Yo, honestly, the way the internet's working right now, I was like, I don't think you need to be anything. You're wear anybody's culture as a costume right now." So,
but I feel like they should blame that on Disney. Because it's like Disney is so big and impacted so many.
Able to be Snow White on Disney. How about that?
But why
You
blame
can't
it?
be Snow White?
No, they fucking came at my neck and said I cannot be Snow White, so I'm Snow the product. I wanted to be Snow White, goddammit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Why
an
could you
interesting
not
story.
Bitch. Oh, no,
Why could you not white?
because they own